The Galactic Council had exhausted every option. 3 star systems lay in ruins, their colonies reduced to ash by the creature they had inadvertently awakened from its millennia-long slumber. The Joktai called it Velthara, the endless, hunger. The crystalline Nixari termed it Kethmor, death's shadow. Every species had a name for it, and every species had failed to stop it. Standing 7 meters tall on 6 razor-sharp legs, the creature possessed hide thick enough to deflect plasma cannons and reflexes that made light seem sluggish. Its forearms ended in claws capable of shearing through titanium steel alloys, while its elongated skull housed rows of teeth that could crush starship hulls. Most terrifying of all were its eyes, 6 orbs of pure black that seemed to absorb light itself, tracking movement with predatory intelligence that had hunted across 1,000 worlds. When the beast had torn through the hegemony's finest, battle cruisers in the Kepler sector, Admiral Thexine of the Council's War Command made a desperate decision. Against all protocols and the vehement protests of 12 different species, she authorized contact with the humans. Humanity had only joined the galactic community 3 cycles ago, and most species still regarded them as primitives. They possessed no plasma technology, no quantum shields, no gravitic manipulation. Their ships were crude metal boxes propelled by controlled explosions. Their weapons fired small metal projectiles at laughably slow velocities. The only reason they'd been granted council membership was their peculiar talent for what they called animal handling, a skill so bizarre that most species couldn't even comprehend it. Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth vessel. Persistence received the transmission while her ship drifted at the edge of the hegemony border. The message was simple: find the creature and somehow make it stop. The reward offered could fund Earth's expansion into the outer rim for a century. So, Chen said to her xenobiologist, Dr. Marcus Webb, as they reviewed the holographic recordings of the creature's rampage, they want us to stop something that ate an entire space station. Webb adjusted his glasses, studying the footage with academic fascination. It's magnificent, actually. Look at those movement patterns. Pure predatory instinct, but there's intelligence there. It's not just destroying randomly, it's hunting. Hunting what? That's what we need to figure out. The Persistence tracked the creature's path through the debris fields of the fallen colonies. Where other species saw random destruction, Webb identified a pattern. The creature consistently targeted food storage facilities, agricultural domes, and livestock pens, always consuming everything organic before moving on. It's starving, Webb concluded as their ship entered the Zeta Orionis system, where the creature had last been sighted. Look at the claw marks on these station walls. They're deeper than they should be, more frantic. This isn't a killing spree, it's desperation. Chen nodded grimly. How long do you think it's been asleep? Based on the geological surveys of where they found it, could be thousands of years. Imagine waking up that hungry. They found the creature on Zeta Orionis 4, a mining world that had been hastily evacuated. It crouched among the ruins of a protein synthesis facility, its massive frame shuddering with what Webb recognized as exhaustion. The 6 black eyes tracked their ship as it landed, but the creature didn't attack. It simply watched, sides heaving with labored breaths. Stay on the ship, Chen ordered her crew. Webb and I are going out there. Captain, that thing destroyed 3 battle cruisers. With weapons, Chen interrupted. We're not going to fight it. Webb had spent the journey preparing. His pack contained not weapons or restraints, but something far more radical: food. Not the processed nutrition cubes that council species consumed, but real Earth food. Jerky made from genuine beef, dried fruits, even a bar of chocolate. The creature's heads rose as they approached, all 6 eyes fixing on them with predatory focus. Its claws scraped against the metallic ground as it shifted position, muscles tensing for a strike. The communication device in Webb's hand transmitted the creature's biorhythms to the ship, heart rate spiking, stress hormones flooding its system. Then Webb did something that would have horrified any other galactic species. He sat down. Cross-legged on the ground, less than 10 meters from certain death, Webb opened his pack and pulled out a piece of jerky. The creature's nostrils flared, sampling the scent. Its massive head tilted in what Webb recognized as curiosity rather than aggression. "Easy there," Webb said softly, his voice carrying the same tone he'd used with frightened animals back on Earth. "I know you're hungry. I know you've been asleep for a very long time." The creature took a tentative step forward, then another. Webb held out the jerky, keeping his movements slow and non-threatening. The massive jaws could have taken his entire arm, but instead the creature delicately plucked the offered food with the tips of its front teeth. For a moment, the only sound was chewing. Then the creature's entire posture changed. The aggressive crouch relaxed into something resembling a sit. The black eyes, which had seemed so terrifying in the Council's reports, now held an unmistakable expression of hope. Webb offered another piece of jerky. This time the creature lowered its head, allowing Webb to place the food directly into its mouth. When Webb reached out slowly to touch the massive snout, the creature didn't flinch. "My God," Chen whispered over the comm. It's purring." The sound was deep and resonant, like a starship engine running at low idle. The creature's 6 eyes had closed to contented slits as Webb scratched behind what might have been ears. "Not a monster," Webb said, smiling as he fed the creature another piece of jerky. "Just a very, very hungry pet that got lost for a few thousand years." Within an hour, the creature was following Webb around like an enormous 6-legged puppy. The Galactic Council's most feared destroyer had been neutralized not by superior firepower or advanced technology, but by the simple human understanding that sometimes the most dangerous creatures just needed someone to be kind to them. When the Council fleet arrived to witness the miracle, they found the creature contentedly sleeping beside the human ship, its massive head resting on a pile of cargo containers that Webb had arranged as a makeshift bed. The xenobiologist himself was curled up against the creature's flank, using the warm hide as a backrest while he read from a tablet. Admiral Thexine could only stare in bewilderment as Webb looked up and waved cheerfully. "Oh, hello, this is..." Well, that's what the Jactai called him, but I think he prefers Buddy. He's really quite gentle once you get to know him. Just needed a good meal and some attention. The galaxy's most ruthless hunter had indeed been tamed, not by force, but by the uniquely human combination of empathy, jerky, and the revolutionary concept that maybe, just maybe, the scary thing wasn't actually trying to be scary at all. As news of the human success spread across the galaxy, a new phrase entered the universal translator databases. Only humans would try to pet the apocalypse. And somehow that seemed exactly right.